I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump. And we're the Game Grumps.
Hello.
Welcome to Game... Oh, I never saw that.
What? What happened?
When you idle with Mega Man for a little bit, he does a little, like, what was that?
Yeah, he does a little look
This
around.
is cool.
And he blinks.
This is my favorite thing about this game.
You
You can just make him inch.
I like it too.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, so you asked me how I was doing.
Yeah, what were you up to this week? Because I was in Tokians.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It was a strange week for me.
Really?
Yeah, because well, on one hand,
Fuck.
like I saw, I watched a lot of movies, so that was good. I watched Sleeping Beauty, which I thought was absolutely fucking spectacular. I watched Fight Club, which is a favorite of mine.
And who doesn't like Fight Club?
Yeah, it's a hard movie not to like.
Movie rules.
But overall, like it's an answer I don't usually give to that question, which is I had a strange week emotionally.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you not want to talk about it on a publicly available television
No,
show?
I don't care because it's not like anything's wrong. It was just surprising because Ninja Sex Party played Conan.
That was this fucking week.
That was last Monday, which is nuts. That's how much is happening in our lives.
Wow.
But
Congratulations on that, by the way.
well, thanks, bud. And like, it was a great experience. But I have to say that for a couple of days afterwards, I just felt like not great. Like, not depressed is way too strong a word, but something felt like really off, and I just felt like,
Ow.
like yucky is like that's the only word that's coming to my mind.
Hey,
I felt kind of yuck.
Ah.
Oops. And I think it's a combination of two things. One is that just like it was such a high to play that show, and then like you're coming down off a high, you know.
Right.
So just by comparison, your normal life is going to seem a little like lacking or whatever. Wow, the exact same place.
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
But like, I think a part of it is that Brian and I met. We did our New York show, which was a big deal, and then we met we signed with William Morris, which is like a huge entertainment company, and something that we could have only dreamed about when we were growing up, you know? Like, that was the company that my granddad was always talking about. Like, this is something, that's how you know you've made it, all that shit.
Yeah.
So, big thrill after big thrill. And we had like this kind of, damn, son.
Really? Really?
We had this moment where we were like, yes, we've done all our obligations, and now we have 3 days in New Jersey and New York to just chill out and be with family and friends and everything, and it'll be just what we needed. You know, we needed these 3 days to recover. And then the Conan thing happened out of nowhere, and immediately we had to fly back to LA and then do that show. So these 3 days, which I was like counting on for relaxation, suddenly became the most stressful and intense days of my career thus far. And I think the unwinding of the stress from that experience was kind of like wreaked havoc with my body a little bit.
I heard that.
Yeah, because I talked to Brian about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I feel it too," you know. And I was very relieved because I was like, "What's wrong with me? Like things are good. I shouldn't be down," you know. And I mean, it didn't last. Like I'm totally fine now, but for a couple of days there, I felt like really bummed out, and I couldn't figure out why. So it was a strange week in that respect.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was in January this year
Yes.
when we took that month off.
Yes.
That was like immediate depression.
Yeah.
But what was the point where it turned?
It just wore off after a couple of days, because I honestly think it was just something my body was like working through. I think in that little podcasty thing I did with Finn.
The podcasty thing.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do an episode of Grumps, but then we couldn't get the Grumps, couldn't get the video capture to work. So we ended up just talking for 20 minutes.
Oh, cool.
About random shit. So I talked about this with him, but I'll tell you because you obviously haven't heard that.
Is it up?
No,
Oh.
no one's heard it. But like, it's we were a lot more nervous about the Conan thing than we realized. Like, on the surface, we were like, yeah, it's okay. We're just playing this song we've played a million times, you know. But we cared so much, and it's an environment that you have no effect over, you know. Like, the mix that goes out on TV, the audio mix is so different than the mix that is in the room when you're playing it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it just sounded so different, and like, there were just a lot of factors that made it a nerve-wracking experience. And we were fine, but afterwards, I was talking to Dr. Sung, and he was like, yeah, man, my shoulders and my stomach hurt really badly because of, like, I realized I was, like, tensing them without realizing it for days, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was mostly just, like, my body, like, unwinding that experience. And so about 3 days after it was over, I felt totally fine.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was very weird. Very, very weird to experience, and something that, like, I have to... I'm sure it'll be fine because, you know, it'll never be the first time we've played TV again, you know? Like, that's a one-time thing. But the whole thing is strange.
Wait, you're never gonna play TV again?
No. Never play it again for the first time.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. So it'll always be much more
I was
relaxing.
gonna say,
An experience.
I feel like I'm probably gonna play TV a bunch in the future.
Yeah, no, I mean, it'll happen sooner than later, probably. So that's mostly it. And it happens to everyone. Like, Finn talked about how when the first 3 weeks of Stranger Things, when they were filming, he just had, like, nervous shits every day. I was like, dude, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, you just care so much about what you're doing, and you want to do a good job, and it's surprising. It's surprising what your body does in moments where you feel out of control, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it is weird how your body sort of almost like sabotages it for you.
totally. And it's extra tough because when you're a singer, you know, your body is your instrument.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're feeling stressed out or nervous or anything, like, it's gonna come out in your performance. So that was a good learning experience for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
But
did it
now it's
compare? How did it compare to doing a live show?
It was the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, the first live shows that we did, I was just as nervous and just as freaked out. And now we can do a live show, like, without even thinking twice about it, you
Yeah.
know? But anytime you do something for the first time, especially something like Conan, where suddenly, like, every ex-girlfriend you've ever had comes out of the woodwork and is like, I'll be watching, you know, like, and people from high school are like, I'm setting my DVR, you know, and so, like, you sort of mentally go back to high school a little bit, you know, like, oh my God, these folks are watching. It certainly wasn't, I mean, the crazy thing about it is there are certain episodes of GameGrumps that more people will see than that episode of Conan, you know? And yet, like, I don't feel there's not even a second thought about that, you know? Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just that there's just so much more. It just feels like there's so much more at stake.
Yeah. Even though there really isn't.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't. This is something I talked about.
Fucking dry up.
I
gotta go. Sorry.
No, it's no problem.
Anyway, keep going.
Should we pause?
No. That's
Okay.
fine. I just got frustrated in the moment and had to let it out in vocal, which in turn interrupted your story.
No, it's no problem. I talked about this with a therapist one time, and it's pretty true. One thing I have to watch out for with like the personality and the way I'm wired is to try to live a whole life in one day, like that kind of thing. So basically, Brian and I were both unconsciously, without like talking about it, we were trying to like make our whole careers in that one performance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's never going to be that, you know? It's not, one performance is never going to make or break your career. I mean, like you look at someone like Ashley Simpson, you know, when she had like the lip syncing thing with on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't get much worse than that, and that didn't destroy her career, you know? Like, almost nothing will do that in terms of a performance. But you can definitely place that amount of intensity on yourself if you're not careful. It's also a problem I've had in like relationships, you know, romantic relationships, where like I date a girl for 6 months and I start thinking about like, if we get married, we'll be like 50 years, you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And like that doesn't do anyone any good, you know. But the thing that therapist said to me, which was very helpful, was you have to just remember that brain of yours and the way it works is also the reason you've accomplished all the things you have, you know, because you're a hard worker and you care a lot and all that. So you just have to find the balance. And
True enough.
Yeah. So anyway, this is all a long way of saying that Conan show was the first time in a long time that I've let myself get out of balance just because I wanted something too much, you know?
Right.
So that was my week, kind of just like reflecting on that, and holy crap, look at this feller.
He's Impact Man. It's fitting because that Conan show had such a big impact on you.
Yeah, absolutely. If only there were a man to show me, to illustrate what it's like. Because it truly is like getting drilled by swords, running vertically, powered by electricity.
I think they're more like jackhammers.
Yeah. You might be right about that. Sorry I ever doubted you.
Oof.
Damn, this guy's tough.
Yeah, he's not so tough.
Not so tough, not so tough.
He's just throwing me off right now. I feel a bit like Dan felt after Conan.
Young
you know what
Dan.
I'm saying?
I do. I know what you're saying better than anyone in the world. No one knows how I feel more than me.
I beg to differ. I think a certain subreddit could actually go toe-to-toe with you on that one.
Yeah, 60 FPS porn.
That knows exactly how I feel.
R/O faces.
R/titty drop. Alright, be Impact Man.
Alright, next time on GameGrumps. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Oh, by the way, I'm totally fine, everyone. No need to send me letters being like, I hope you're alright. Take care of yourself. Like, I'm fine.
Drink water, Dan.
Yes, I'm drinking water right now.
Drink water, Dan.
But thank you for your concern, everyone. I love
Dan,
you.
take care of yourself. Get plenty of rest.
Okay.